Hey guys, Nels here, and I wanted to make a video about Eternal Crusade and how to fix it. Because man, they got some problems going on with this game. Mainly the big thing is to launch the game here. What happened to me is, see, I'm out of context with this. I didn't play it until it went free to play. But when you launch the game, for me, it launched 1600 by 900, right? Um, which is not my resolution, is 1920 by 1080. And I don't understand why it did that, but and the frame rate was really bad when I changed it to 1920 by 1080. So what I did was I put the graphic settings on low, right? I went through the advanced options to take a look in there, see what's up. And I turned everything down, turned everything low, put everything on 1920 by 1080, but it still looked like crap. It was really blurry. So it felt like the resolution scale was lowered. So it wasn't actually playing in 1920 by 1080, right? If you look in the options, it shows you 20 by 1080, see, full screen, VSync enabled. I mean, disabled, sorry. Yeah, so you go to the advanced, and there's no setting for resolution scale. So you can set it to your actual resolution, but as long as the graphics quality is low, then it's going to run at a downscaled resolution than what you're running it, than what you want to run it at. And this is a problem because the only way to fix that is to go into the user settings ini file and change the settings. So, after a lot of tinkering, what I found out to work the best is, because I had it running pretty good at 1920 by 1080, and you turn the resolution quality up to 100% and turn everything else low and off, and the game, you can actually run the game and it doesn't give you horrible frame drops. So let me show you what I did. So in the game, what you want to do is, if you're having FPS problems, go into your game, graphics quality, put it on low. Graphics quality on low, put your native resolution in there. Full screen, definitely full screen, it helps. Disable VSync. Put max FPS at the max 150. Definitely don't VSync. Don't VSync. You want it uncapped. Alright, so you put that at low and then go into advanced. Just make sure everything's unchecked. Put everything at low, okay? Now we gotta fix resolution scale and everything else. So after you've done that, apply it, and the game's gonna look blurry because the resolution scale is messed up when you put it on low. So then you're gonna quit the game. Okay, quit the game. And then what you're gonna do is find your user settings file. Now I'm gonna put a link to this thread. It's on the forums in the description of this video because this is the most descriptive post when it comes to graphics problems with this game that I've found on the official forums. So, I'm gonna open up your ini file. You can see here. Here's your location. copy your location, and then open your a file browser. Then you're gonna paste that in there. All right, it's gonna be C users, whatever your username is. App data local, Eternal Crusade, saved config, Windows client. So in my case, my username is Jenny. So I pop that in. Oh, there we go. All right. So we're going to open up game user settings ini. Open that up. See, mine is on read only right now. Well, it should be on read only right now. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so you want to open that up in Notepad. Then make sure resolution quality is at 100. Okay. Here are my settings right here. Resolution quality is at 100. View distance quality 0. Anti-aliasing 0. Shadow quality 0. Post processing 0. Texture quality 0. Text quality 0. Foliage quality 0. What else do we have in here in this important? We have oh, okay. So another big thing. All right, when you turn all the shadows off and everything, and the game's on its lowest brightness setting in the game, for me, it's very washed out and bright. So what I do is turn your brightness down to 1.9 or somewhere around there, and it'll give the game, it'll make it so it's not so washed out. It makes it look much better with very, very low graphic settings. But the most important part is resolution quality 100. Never want to play. I don't know why people even put this in their games. I understand for performance, but this is your last stop. You never want to lower your resolution quality. It just makes everything look blurry. All right, so yeah, brightness 1.9. We've got temporal anti-aliasing false, motion blur false, depth of field false, subjective object view distance false, ultra quality shadows false, anisotropic filtering 0, particle density 0, heat distortion false, environmental quality shadows quality 0, movable shadow 0, ambient occlusion 0, occlusion 0, desync false, resolution 1920 by 1080, whatever your resolution is, and I'm not sure if I changed this at all. Desktop resolution full screen false. Full screen one. Basically, go through and turn everything that's related to graphics to 0 or false, except for resolution quality. Keep that 100. Okay? And make sure your frame limit's at 150. I don't know how to make it infinite, but I would do that if I could. V-sync's off. All right. So, now that you've turned everything there, the lowest setting, save the file. Okay, so as you see, I turned it into read-only before, right? So go over to it, properties, uncheck read-only. If you want to change the file, okay, go back, now save, right? Now, after you save your low settings for better FPS, go over to your game user settings ini and make sure read-only is checked, because you don't want the game to change your options and then you have to do this whole process over again. If you don't have it on read only, it will change. It'll if you save anything in the graphical options, it will revert to a lower resolution scale because its resolution scale at 70 or whatever it's at is hard coded into the low settings. So if you refresh your settings in the game, it's going to revert it back to low. All right, so game user settings, any, make sure it's read only after you've manipulated the file. Okay. Right? There we go. So now the game's going to run like it should. It's on low quality, but it's at 100% resolution scale. And we lowered the brightness so it doesn't look like complete crap. All right, save. We already saved it. We don't need to save it. Exit. All right, there we go. And I do recommend this thread. There's all kinds of information in here, so check it out. All right, so then you load up the game, right? But what you're going to do is you're going to open up your task manager. So right-click your bottom bar in Windows with all of your start menu on it. Yeah. Put up your task manager. See, Eternal Crusade is right there. So we're going to go over to details. Eternal Crusade client exe set priority. Right click. Set priority high. And down at the bottom, scroll all the way down. There's another one. Eternal Crusade client set priority high. This seems to help a lot. More so than many other games. The game isn't optimized. I'm not sure what exactly is going on. I know Behavior has, they have some pretty successful games. I think if they just did a nice little one-over on this game and optimized it, it would be a lot better, right? So now it's running at high. You guys can't see my game right now, but the game's running in high priority. So you're going to get a lot higher frames. You're going to get higher frames. It's not going to look like complete crap, right? Now we're going to quit out the game again. All right, so every time you load up the game, task manager, details, high priority on both those EXEs. Now this is generally great tips for almost any game if you're having low performance problems. All right. So next, what we're going to do is a little bit of launch manipulation. I don't know how much these help, but they seemed to help for me. Okay, so if you want to try these out, go for it. Basically, what you're going to do is go to Steam, go to your library, Warhammer, Eternal Crusade, right-click, properties. All right, local files. No, not local files. Those are general. Then go to set launch options. Okay. And you can see in this thread that I'm going to post in the description, there are a bunch of launch option commands here. Use all available cores. and there's a dash in front of every command. So use all available cores, No Man's Sky, D3, D9, soft, DX level 80, high heap size, whatever this number is, refresh 60, no IPX, no joy. Take these in the thread, copy them, set launch options, paste them in here. Okay. I also added this one right here. No texture streaming. So I added all those in there, hoping that would make the gameplay smoother. And it did. My God, did it ever. It took me about a day or two messing with this on and off to get it to where I'm at right now. So now in the game, I'm seeing up to over like 100 frames per second in certain places. It never dips down below 40. Sometimes it teeters into the 30s. There's just some areas in the map that are just really bad for frame drop. It'll drop from like 30. It'll go 30 to 50 to 30 to 60. But that should help you out. I wanted to make this video because I didn't see any other videos on this, really. I'm not really sure what's going on with the game. I know it just went free to play. And the game, I mean, it's not terrible, right? It's definitely playable. It's Warhammer. It's like Battlefield. It's, 30 versus 30. It can be really fun. I think if they just made a nice little pass over the game, then a lot more people will play it. I think a lot of people probably load up the game. It loads up at 1600 by 900 in some messed up resolution scale, like what happened to me, and then they probably never play it again, right? But yeah, I'm including some footage here to show you what it looks like with the game at this setting. Check it out. I hope this helps somebody. I'm sure it will, because I couldn't find anything about it online on YouTube. If you liked the video, if it helped you at all, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It's appreciated. Alright guys, so enjoy the footage, and hopefully this helped you a lot. It helped me a lot, that's for sure. I can play the game now. Which is cool. And that's gonna be it, guys. So, peace out.